Hi, good evening. Hi, Baj, what's up? Good evening, Sat Shri Akal. Bring my sheet here. So today, I was hoping for a pullback, and it finally did. So I'm a little happy, but I missed out on the. Yeah, Mitchell. Thank you. Hi, Raghu. Hi, Pankaj. Hi, Victor. Good evening, guys. I posted this Amazon setup yesterday that once we clear 155.70, we will hit 158.25. It hit that and now it's back. So now we'll figure out what needs to be done from these next areas. Now, if you see on my, again, it's just because this was a chart which is open. If you see, it was going up, down, and now it hit this regression channel. So this regression channel has been a main point of concern. If we clear this, I would see Amazon going really high. But we'll come. Let's start. Hi Satya, hi Vikas. So let's start taking time into consideration. Let's start from scans. Today I'm also thinking that let's also look at forensics because they do capture some of the important flows. So instead of we spending too much time figuring out the flows, we can piggyback on forensics. It's like the black box team. So I see Snow. Snow is already with us in the list. RKT's ARM was there. IWM is already there. Pins. Yep. So I just want to have some more legs into our trade. Just want to see if we have any sweeps on the stock side crossing 500,000. So coin has a call, which is interesting. Tesla had these puts which I posted, 230 puts. These were sold. I don't know what's going to happen to them because they were like 100% in the money and now they're $10. Uh, so I'm going to ignore Tesla for now. It's a shithole. It just goes on and on and on. Let's look at Netflix. Netflix calls were exited. Most of these calls were exited in the morning. Yep. SMCI. SMCI 370 call was also sold at 484 in the morning and then it came down. This 370 calls. These are two calls for 2nd of February. Just keep in mind, these two were sold in the premium right at the top, and the stock is almost $20 down. So anybody who's looking at SMCI, I'm gonna make a note here because I do not have SMCI in my list. SMCI 370 calls were sold, and these are the week of earnings for SMCI. There's a 520 put, which is also bought right at the peak at 487. And these like million dollar calls. 300, I think this is settled. 480. This is not rolled over. Yes, Mihir, I know. I busted 2,500 on that. Nvidia. Nvidia gave up in the morning, and just you see, Nvidia is closing on 610 calls, 6:30 calls. These are like good close happening in Nvidia. It went up and right at the time, let me just use right here, around 1 p.m. when we started to take puts, these people were starting to exit Nvidia aggressively. So 6:30 is out. Again, I'm just doing this so that we can figure out one more level of setups which we can use. Let's look at 6:15. So this guy entered 12:39, 12:49, and then exited in loss right away. So these two trades were entered. This was exit. So 2 o'clock, this guy exited. Let's look at. I'm just looking at any sweep above 500,000 for today. IBM, they had good numbers. Somebody got in IBM 160 call. He'll be lucky tomorrow. He kind of made really good money. Six ten calls on Nvidia. Yep. Every you see, all of them are getting exit right at 625-ish area. And then they keep on exiting. These calls were not added today. These calls, like if you look at the open interest, these are like huge number of calls. So the open interest was only 2,000. Now 15,000 is the volume today. So tomorrow, if again, I'm going to repeat very carefully. Tomorrow, if 610, you see a large amount of open interest, it means that 610 is going to be a real uh, tough area for Nvidia to hold. It will break and it will go down. So 610, I'm seeing a huge amount of, and if you look at the number of lots, we have 16, and the total open interest was 21,000. Our volume was 21,000. 300, 200, 200, 400, 200, 4, 3, 2, approximately 5 to 6,000 is 5,000 is the number where we are out from. And there is a last minute put on 620, 517, about 500,000. 630 put, somebody booked. This is fine. These 670 calls, these will also exit, like 4 million exit on around 621. So Nvidia, like again, you see at 670, these are white, so they were already into the positions and they got out. So there must be a good open interest on 670. 670 is a little odd number. You see 27. Yesterday they were added. Today, most likely they are gone. So Nvidia, there's a good profit booking which happened. Again, as I posted this afternoon on Twitter, that there's a very big move going on into these Nvidias and AMDs. This is really interesting. If you're looking at JD is selling 621.24 puts. JD is extremely cheap. If you want to buy, you can buy JD. Okay, let's start from the scan. I just spent 10 minutes on this. Just wanted to check. So let's look at inside days. If we have from our watch list, Disney, Starbucks. So Starbucks, I have even today it's inside day. Yep, inside day. RCL. I tried going RCL short, but it didn't work out. Roblox. Not much. Disney, I do not do. Uh, let's look at another. Any bearish candle patterns? Nothing. Any bullish candle patterns? Nothing. Anything crossing 12 and 34? I will say 34 into 12 in last 30 minutes. CRM team. CRM and target and team. CRM is negative, so we need to figure out CRM. CRM team. सत श्री अकाल गुरसंगीत. All right, so scan is done. Let's go to the charts. Let's start with ES. So today, we just went up. I'm going to change the candle to normal candle. And this is, I always say and love, dodgy at the top. If we lose 48.91, we will go down with substantial power. We have a perfect dodgy at the top. I do not have to repeat this, but look at the momentum. Almost 900 points, and we have dodgy right at the top. This dodgy is super powerful. Okay. So now, if we have dodgy at the top, let's look at the book map as well. Because I love dodgy at the top. It gives me so much confidence. Anybody who does not know what is dodgy at the top, let me know in the chat. Yeah, we are finding good resistance. 5,000 is an extremely important area where we have good resistance. It is right there. But for now, we are making dodgy. And when we are making dodgy, I am least bullish. Like dodgy at the top, book maps showing 49, 10-ish area with some resistance 48.60 where they're finding some base. If we lose 48.90, 90-ish area, this area, we will come down to 48.70. I think, yes, Devanshu, Evening Star is coming. And I so much love it. All these bulls have, like, I like these opportunities. If it fails, it fails. But if we lose 48.91, we are hitting 48.50. Bookmap is also showing the same thing. So I am ready. These are 5 and 5. So let's go and make 5, 5. Let's also go to the chart. I'm just going to check 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes, you see the 12 and 34 has taken over. That's why 30 minutes is important. And there's a supply. We are right at that 48.91 area. So it's good. Going back to the normal candles. It's evening star. Just make a no evening star potential. Dodgy at the top of the trend, warning for bulls, potential evening star. Now, where we need to short? We need to short below 48.91. It's daily, Mitchell. It's daily. It's not hourly. It's 1 hour, a 1 day chart. This is 1-day chart, and it's a perfect doji with a long top. Like it's like a usually we have multiple dojis. Like this is called gravestone doji, but this doji is nasty one because it has a longer wick and on the upside and shorter wick. So it could not hold anything. So 49.91, if we lose, stop loss should be 4900. We should see 48.51, which will match the EMA and 48.21. I can say evening star setup, yes. So if we have to go short, short below 48.91, that will give you real good confidence because now we see the HS rate is already 5. 5 is kind of a stretch. So 5 is there. Now it's time for it to go back. It will. The EMAs on last 30 minutes have changed to negative. So we keep in mind, I'll change it to no for now, and I'll change the EBM state. So 12 and 34 is now negative, meaning 34 has taken over. I'll just change the 30 minutes. Now, if we have to go up, like somebody supposedly wants to try above 4900, stop loss 40, try above 4900 to 48.91. Again, 49.85 is my target. 49.33 now will become the next target. Today, 49.25 provided some resistance, and the moment it broke down in the afternoon, we just went down. Right now, the short term trend, again, this is 30 minutes. I'm specifically mentioned. Short term, this has taken over. So it shows that yes, there is a high possibility we may turn around. Let's go to NQ. NQ hit my 70. Again, that's the power of Fibonacci. We started from 100%, hit 161%, right? At 17,800, got hammer at the top. This is the hammer at the top. Okay, now we are seeing some negativity. The moment we lose the bottom of the hammer today, we will come and hit this. So be careful if you're trying longs. You should watch for the bottom. If we lose the bottom of the hammer, 17,550, it's time for shorting NQ. So short below 17,550. Okay. And it's hammer at the top. I explained on that day as well that when you hit hammer in somebody's head, he's going to go down. On the contrary, if you hit somebody's on the feet, he's going to jump. So just it's a warning. Just want to highlight that. Let me just check on 30 minutes, the 1234 EMA. What happened to that? Yep, 1234 EMA has taken over on 30 minutes. Now, what should be the stop loss? When we're talking about the hammer, we go below, and the top of the body of the hammer is the real stop loss. Like 17,630 should be the stop loss. It's 80 points, but that's the real stop loss. But if you go below 17,550, the target is like 243. Yeah. and then 17,050. One more thing. Friday, we have the date 26. I have explained in my sessions couple of times, not multiple times, but just couple of times, that 26 is an unlucky number for the market. It's Friday, it's 26. Okay. I'll answer that, Mitchell. Give me 1 second. Hi, Suresh. So 26 is unlucky. If you see Indian market has lost almost 6-7% in last 2 days. We will repeat that. Indian market was relentless like US market, and Indian market has gone down. The Bank Nifty has gone down almost 3,000 points in this 3 days. Same thing is getting set up here. Everybody is crazy about bull market, bull market. Tonight, Federal Reserve has increased the overnight lending rate to take out the liquidity from the market. When there is less liquidity, it is going to crunch. There are still higher interest rates. There are still quantitative cut down, which is happening from the Federal Reserve. All in all, this should give us a good idea that yes, Friday we will see 2 to 3% downside. That's my expectation. I may be wrong, but I am thinking it will happen. If it happens, you make the money, thank the God, and trust the charts. All right. Now let's go next. So Mitchell has a question. When you see the 1234, we retract. I'll explain you very simply, Mitchell and everyone on the YouTube. Uh, these candles, they love EMAs. If they are far from the EMAs, you avoid. You trade when they are next to the EMAs. So here, if you are trying a short position, this is a short position because it came and then it went down. Now, if you want to go long, first of all, you need to see whether the 34 EMA, which is the red line, or the 12 EMA, which is the green line. If 34 EMA is above 12, this is a short move or put side. If 12 is above 34, it's a long side. Now, depending on which side of the trade you are, you can choose it. So let's try here. So here we had the crossover. Now we are just next to the 12 EMA. Maybe we picked up here. All thing you need to do is you need to hold this entry until it come back and test the EMA. So you go hold, 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 hold. If you follow the Heikin-Ishi, it will be very clear. You hold, 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 hold. It will come here. So you will almost get 200 points. Now here it went down and came back up. Went down, came back up. So here you can just wait and watch. Now again, here we start to lose the 12 EMA. When we start to lose, we wait for the next candle. So it went down, we will not enter. We'll wait for the next candle. Next candle, when it goes down, here Heikin-Ishi will come into the picture. Heikin-Ishi will tell you, yes, if I convert this into Heikin-Ishi, you will see the picture is very clear. There is an evening star right on the Heikin-Ishi. Here we go, the red candle, bang, 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 we hold. Here we enter, we hold, 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 because everything is flat base. Hold, here you can exit. So enter near the green line if you want to try long. Enter short when you're trying. The simple rule. If you have a flat base, 12 greater than 34, try longs. like this. If you have a flat top, 34 above 12, you can try short. This was a short based on Heikin Nishi, but here, this is a perfect short which is setting up right there. The moment we lose this, we're going to go down. So I don't want to spend more time here on this because I've already spent too much. So hammer is right there. 630 is the stop loss because that's the top of the body of hammer. Now, if you want to try long, you can try long above 630. Stop loss 17,580 and look for 17,700, 17,805. That's our index. Let's go to Apple. Apple, you see the DMI is starting to get weak. Okay. Now, if we lose, and I said we have a potential morning star, Apple and Microsoft have to go down to bring the market down. This is setting up as an evening star. It is not a clean evening star, but the moment we lose 193, it's going to go down. We are away from the EMAs, same thing. If you convert this into Heikin Nishi, it is positive as of now. Okay. But tomorrow, once we see this, you will see the moment we lose 193.23, we can go down. Amit, uh, I do not use small time frames because I'm a full-time employee in a company. I have so much work. I cannot stick to the screen and do the trades. I trade 30 minutes and it works for me. So it's totally your choice, whatever time frame you want to use. So Apple for me is DMI is starting to get weaker, but as of now, it's still green. EMA on 30 minutes is still positive. So let's go back. Uh, for me, it's setting up a potential evening star. So I'm gonna say if it holds 193, I'll be a buyer in Apple. I really want to short this below 193. So I want to buy near 193 because these calls are still in place. 187, let's check that. Analyze Apple. 2nd February, 187.5 calls. Open interest is 14,000. Let me look Apple. We have 187. Not much. Okay. So Apple, as of now, it's looking evening star. So let's mark stop loss as 193.25. If it does go below, sell below 193.25 for 187. I'm going to mention this in red. So this is good. Like I just want to try Apple. If it holds, it holds. If it loses, then we're going short on Apple. Adobe, ADBE. Adobe went up. It has tried multiple times to cross this area. So if I look at, I can see it's not clear, but it has tried multiple times to cross this area and not giving me a clear picture. So if we lose 597 on Adobe, it may get really ugly. Adobe has run a lot from 560s all the way right here. The charts are not clean. Haikinishi is converting as neutral, which is there. No, DMI is neutral. Adobe, it is 0. So it's like I want to short this. Today it did bounce with the market, went again. Like we talked about this 614 area multiple times, and we are not able to clear this 614. We go intraday, but we do not have a close above this. So we need a solid close above this. If we have a close, this can be better. As of now, either trade below 599 or above 614. In between, there is no trade on Adobe. So Adobe 599, 603 stop loss. Yeah. Long above 614. AMD. So AMD, when I mentioned at 160 that my target was 180, people were surprised. We hit 180. It is still not done. I still see 191 on AMD. That's my 100%. But there's a big but. Is AMD ready to beat the numbers? It may not. If you see the parabolic move from the last earnings, the stock has doubled. The stock was 90, now it's 180. Is it going to double the earnings? Because Ms. Su said they are expecting humongous amount of growth in multi-billions for AMD chips. So I'm just saying that it's not a bad try, but if it holds 174, I'm gonna try long on AMD. AMD is the most solid trade. So AMD, I want to try long. If market dips around 175, 176, I will try long AMD with stop loss 174. My target is 180, 191. AMD initially was rejected by 61, but then it broke out. So this is all good. Let me just check one more thing, the volume. What was the volume when it was going up? So the volume is still there. There is no issue with the volume. Volume is there. Going back to my sheet, AMD, everything is positive. It's going to be green now. Sell below 174 for I have supply and demand indicator on my sheet, but I prefer Fibonacci. They are there. in my configuration, so I keep them as a piece of lucky charm. I do not change them. Then Amazon. So Amazon hit my 158 area again to the top, creating a gap away from 12 EMA. Now, this is an ascending wedge. We started to fall. We may come down around this area. If we get that area, we should be uh, ready to go long on Amazon. So Amazon, I'm still hoping it may hold here. Amazon is one, this neutral. Right now we are far away. There's also a gap. Let me just delete this note. You see there's a gap. So if this gap is filled tomorrow and we break below, then we are going to go for 154. This gap. If we break it, we are going to test 12 EMA. I would love to add at around that count. So I'm going to look. So wait for 12 EMA back test for a good long entry. Else short below 156.2. I'm just mentioning this very clearly so that even for me in the morning, I will refer it and use it. Okay, then we have Baba. Baba looks good to me. Let me just see what's happening in Chinese market for Baba. It's closing right at the same price. Let me also check what's happening in the Indian market. Because Indian market these days give a kind of direction. Yeah. So Baba looks good. 73.50 was my target. It hit 75 now. Uh, Again, it made a dodgy at the top of this move. So I really be cautious here. If we lose 73.60, I'll be least interested in Baba. I really wanted to hold here. So you can see the dodgy here, we went down. Dodgy here, we went down. Dodgy again, I don't want to go and be nasty. So let me just do one more thing. Uh, Cancel regression. Fibonacci, cancel extension. Let's draw some new levels. This is regression channel starting to come down from here all the way here. Now I'm going to draw here not extension but retracements, because I'm trying to figure out when we are bouncing from here, what are the areas where I can find resistance. So here 61, the 73.50 is 61.8 Fibonacci plus the 34 EMA support plus the regression channel. The 73, 60, 50 area is extremely important. So 73.50 is extremely important. It's dodgy at the top. Okay. Buy, if we get a dip, buy near 74. So if we can buy near 74-ish area, this is our stop loss, 75.30, 77.80. So today it struggled against 75.40, 77.80. Today it did struggle around this area, 75.40. It tried once but failed. So now if you want to go long above this area. And guys, if you like the content here, please share it to your friends. More people, we can have more eyes and more stocks. It really helps each other. Google, Google as expected, again, dodgy at the top. We have a big gap. The moment we lose 148, we are going down. We are well away from the EMAs. And I have also said that Google is ascending wedge. And now we are making a dodgy. So if you have a dodgy right at the top, this becomes very simpler. Short things. So Google is 5 Heiken. I need to check Baba's Heiken for 1 second. It's 2. And I've also mentioned BA in my tweet as well, as the BA should open green, and it will open green. If market starts to go down, BA is going to provide you support. So Google is there, ascending wedge. Now it's dodgy at the top, so potential evening star is there. It hit 149 today. So Google, I'm going to short below 148. Extremely stretch. $148. Stop loss should be the body, which is 148.70. Target is 146, 144, 146, 20, 144. These stocks have moved so much so that they have to justify the earnings which are coming. If there's a slight miss, like Tesla was one of the bad, I'm going to just delete Tesla from my list. It's pathetic. So it was sell below 208. It should do 165 now. So Google, I'm shocked. It's red. Starbucks. Starbucks has an important client, China, or important country, China, where they generate a lot of revenue. All these factors are going to help Starbucks to grow. As of now, it's an inside day in Starbucks. We have an inside day. The Haikinishi is for Starbucks -1. It is negative. So it's right now, we're trying to find a base. So 91 is a good stop loss for Starbucks. I'm gonna buy 92-ish area. Yeah. Not a great trade, but it's setting up. IWM failed today. IWM have a massive back test of 194 at 12 EM. See the massive back test. This back test was not required. It was done, it covered the positive momentum and the negative momentum, and it's going into the gap. The moment we lose 12 EMA, which is 194, we are going to fill the gap and 192, 190. So IWM is short for me. Let me just check. Its DMI is still green. Kinishi, let me just check. IWM is 0. It's losing Kinishi. So short below 194, target 192, 190. These are the two targets. Stop loss 194.50. If Doji breaks down, usually it runs for 2 days, two candles, because I'm using a daily candle. So if you're using 30-minute, it should do 30-minute. If it is a daily candle, it should do 2 daily candles. So 2 candles it usually done. Meta, again, extremely stretched ascending wedge. Same thing. It came 391 and right there we closed. So I think if it loses again today's low, dodgy at the top, ascending wedge, dodgy at the top. Short below, today low was 387. Was 380. So 388, 391. Target is 384, 384.30, 374. Potential evening star. Google is potential evening star. Apple is not. Um, yep. Microsoft. Microsoft, as I said, will test 3 trillion. It did. 400, 230, 85 was my target. So this again, we are well away. We went parabolic from 370 breakout to 410% move. We should see some cool off. I expect if it loses 400, we can go down. Otherwise, we are going towards 440 or 410, 427. So Microsoft uh, buying dip towards 400. Again, if it holds 400, 400, 285, 410. Sell below 400. MU is still one of the best, like Nvidia and AMD. MU is still the good setup. Again, I really want MU to come in this range, 88, 87. So the real stop loss should be like 86. You can buy near 88 now. 87. That's MU. The Now we'll talk about Netflix numbers. So we were long on Netflix, but I exited yesterday, not today. Netflix again hit my 562, which is 161.8 Fibonacci. There was a dodgy, and then the dodgy went higher, hammer at the top. I don't like Netflix numbers. Those numbers were, I really, again, don't, I may be wrong. Those numbers were there because Verizon was offering free Netflix and Xbox for 1 year. So that's why their revenue is not increasing, but the subscriber growth is there. How would revenue increase if you're offering something for free? So this was a gimmick. I doubt they're going to have increase in subscribers, which they already understood. There was no growth on EPS. They were beaten on many things. Margin was improved because there was no new content. Now, if they start to spend on the content, only then the margin will get harmed. The strike from the Hollywood writers and actors, that was the main reason the margin went up because there was no expenses. They kept on using the same old programs. There was not new, like hardly new content. So if we lose today's low, we'll go and fill this gap. And it always happened with Netflix. It usually fills the gap. So let's look at the Netflix flow as well. 600 call were exit 545. These are like some crazy trades, 18-cent trades. Let me check anything above 500,000. These two 510 calls were exit in the morning. So this is good. Somebody booked profit. Only one off. These 660s were added and then they were gone. So this is booked. You see, there's hardly anything in purple or white, purple or yellow. So I'm a little cautious here on Netflix. So 500. So here, stop loss is 437. It's hammer at the top. Sell below 437. So you can buy near 438, 440 area with a stop loss because the momentum is solid. 550, 562. And if you want to sell below 437 to 4, 525, 510. 537, 538, 540, 537. So, I mean, Netflix is good, but looking at the momentum, we have hammer inside week. Breakout has happened. Look for gap fill. Again, this is only valid if we lose 537. Yes, Radhika, thank you. Nvidia, no, Nvidia is right there. Again, extremely stretched. I've seen the flow. I don't like the flow of this call. So I'm interested to sell this below 603. 610 will be my stop loss. Because as I showed you, 610 calls were sold. So 610 should be my stop loss. Short below 603. Look for 590 area. 568. 12 EM it is. Stay long above 610 or 640. If you want to remain long, you can try long above 640. Otherwise, I'm going to short. Now, Tesla is bad. Tesla, we lost this 208. We lost 194. I think it's going to open below 190 tomorrow. And Tesla time has been done. So if you are looking to short, 160 is the target. We should hit this red line. Every time we fail, we came here and tested, failed, came here and tested, failed, came, test this 160, 170. So somewhere around here. So assuming it will short below 195, 190, 177. It is a clear shot. Last one is UPST. I will check, should we do UPST or should we do target? Target I saw as in evening star. This is an evening star on target. So depending, also it's setting up a head and shoulders. If you see slightly, it's setting up a head and shoulders. So I think it's in the game. If we sell below 137, we could hit 134 on target. So instead of UPST, I'm going to pick up target. Tushar, you can convert ES number into SPY. Tata Motors, it's like already multiplied so many times. So I don't know whether I would say book if you have long, or if you're an investor, just hold them for DMI is this target 0. So short below 137.65, stop loss 139. Target was 133.90, in between 135.90. 135.90, 133.90. That's target. CRM has hammer, SMCI has good CRM, and team had hammer. Let's look at, and guys, I'm just sharing the Zoom link. If anybody's interested, you can come and discuss your charts or something. I have few minutes, I can help you. Let's look at CRM. CRM shows hammer. The CRM also got rejected from the Fibonacci area. It's an inside day, and it needs to test 277. Today, I was looking also at these stocks called PanW Crowd. PanW started to give up at 347. It's like, if it loses 338, PanW is a great shot. It's a good dodgy and an evening star setup. So PanW, I am inclined to go short, and it looks interesting. So if you want to use it, you can use and short it. So PanW is a good evening star. So if anybody is interested, you can come forward and we can talk. Otherwise, I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna post this info on Twitter, and you can take it from there. All right, I don't see anybody joining. So thanks for joining tonight. Hopefully, we'll have a good day tomorrow, and let's make good money. All the very best to everybody.